Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining us for this pre-match press conference with Team Ireland. Just a reminder, please, to ensure that your monitors are muted if you are, because this is a Zoom press conference. And please put your hands up if you'd like to ask a question, or put your intention or request to ask a question on the chat panel, and we'll get started. We'll start with our Zoom audience. With Andrew Wolverman. Furman. Sorry.
No worries. Hi. Just looking to your match against the Black Caps New Zealand tomorrow. They're coming off a loss to England. Is this a real chance to try and cause an upset and knock them out of the tournament?
Yeah, 100%. We had a couple of good games against them during the summer back home in Ireland. There's no reason why another upset couldn't be caused. Boys are feeling good. I'm hoping to grab another scalp tomorrow.
And just one on this tournament in general, we've seen, I think, every team has got a win, every team has had a loss for South Africa. When you think about where T20 is going, every 2 years is going to be a World Cup. It's the way of sort of growing this game. Do you get excited about where cricket might be heading in terms of broadening its horizons?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, at the end of the day, we want to be playing in as many big competitions as we can and playing on the world stage in front of thousands. I mean, you only have to look back to the other night in the Gabba, 20-odd thousand. So stuff like that is exactly what everyone wants to do day in, day out. So the more of that, the better.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Wahid?
Hi, Josh. First of all, how going your tournament so far? And secondly, some experience and the excitement. How was your and your team excitements when you win against West Indies and the England as well? Thank you.
We were all obviously very excited. That West Indies game was a do or die game for us. So to beat them in Hobart was absolutely amazing and something we'll never forget. And then almost to the same extent with England. Playing England as an Irishman is always a big game, a big occasion. To win there was something very special. And as I said about the West Indies game, something we'll never forget.
Mel Farrell?
Hey, Josh. Obviously, you would have liked to have beaten Australia at the Gabba, but the fact that they had you, I think, about 5 for 25, and you were able to come back is one of the reasons that they find themselves in a very tricky run rate situation. Is there some satisfaction in that, in knowing that even when you haven't got the wins, you've been competitive enough to kind of really shake up this group?
Yeah, 100%. I think we actually spoke about it. If you look back a couple of years ago, if you saw an Irish side 25 for 5, you'd think, well, that game's done. You turn off the TV. But, we were saying that we've come so far to actually still get to where we got to and see Lorcan get that 70 odd or 40, whatever it was, and show the Aussie boys that, a couple of our boys are right up there. So to do that was definitely very pleasing and sets the boys in good stead for what's to come.
And I guess with this game against New Zealand, clearly you'll be going out to cause an upset. Is there also a thought, though, that you can be, no matter what, competitive enough that still could have an impact on what happens in this tournament?
100%. I think, if you just look at the tournament so far, you've seen upsets nearly every day or every second day, if you can even call them upsets anymore. I mean, everyone's pretty competitive. It's a World Cup. Anything can happen. So, yeah, we're going out there fully confident and hoping to get a win tomorrow.
Hey, Josh, Bharat here from CrickBuzz. Just, I know you've spoken about this before. Just bowling in these conditions, from ground to ground, conditions change so much. The bounce on the pitch, the movement in the air. So, has it just been fun for you, your bowling during this tournament?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. It's, as you said, it's very different. Even the dimensions of the ground are very different. Like, for example, in Hobart and here in Adelaide, it's quite short square. Whereas if you look at the MCG, it's massive square. It's an 80-meter hit square. So you sort of need to just keep up with the games that are going on and do your homework and sort of go out and assess the conditions while you're playing. And the team that does that best is going to be the team that, I suppose, progresses the most in the tournament. So it's about sort of learning on the job, and as you said, also enjoying.
We're looking to wrap up, Ian, and then we'll close with news traffic.
Hi, Josh. Belated happy birthday.
Thank you.
You want to sum up your own tournament? Happy with your own form?
Say that again, sorry.
Are you happy with your own form? Sum up your own tournament.
Yeah. I don't think I'll ever be fully happy. I've had a couple of games where things didn't really go my way, but overall, yeah, I've been pretty happy with where I'm at the moment. I do think obviously there's always room for improvement. We look at the Sri Lanka game and a couple of other games. But yeah, no, overall I'm enjoying it.
The fast bowling group though really have stuck together, and it's quite a good group now. And with Youngie to return,
100%. Yeah, we're a very close bunch. We go out for dinner most nights and everything like that. So I think when you form a friendship and a bond like that, it makes that a lot easier to sort of stay together on the pitch when things aren't going your way. You can have a bloke to lean on and look for some advice. So I think that's very crucial.
Ireland have a busy year next year, but you obviously would be keen to keep your franchise commitments going, are you? How important is that to you?
Well, I think playing for Ireland is always the priority, and whatever comes after that is sort of a bonus. So I guess it's just sort of working with whatever franchise it might be and Cricket Ireland to see if the availability is there, and if it's not, I'll be playing for Ireland. So yeah, it's as simple as that, really.
Have you anything confirmed yet for next year?
I do, yes, but I'm not going to be disclosing that here.
Okay. Finally, about the 100, obviously it's taken a lot of criticism. You obviously had success in it. Do you think there's a place for it in the calendar?
Yeah, I think it's an enjoyable competition that gets people watching cricket that mightn't necessarily like longer format cricket. And I think it's a short, sharp game that's full of entertainment and enjoyment. So, I mean, it's only a month long, so I don't see why not.
Thanks, Ian. We're going to move on to the last question. News Traffic 3, one question. Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, Josh, Guy Havelt here from TVNZ in New Zealand. Kane Williamson's copping a bit of criticism back here, more around his strike rate of his innings at this tournament. How do you guys approach someone like Kane Williamson, and does he still have the aura that he has had for a long time in the game?
Yeah, of course he does. I mean, he's a world-class batter and probably always will be. So, yeah, we'll have a look tonight and do some homework and try to come up with a plan that hopefully no one has ever seen before. But no, I think it's just about to these good guys keeping it as simple as possible and just executing as best as you can. But yeah, no, the strike rate thing isn't really an issue. If he's a world-class player, as I said, and has had success in the T20 format. So I wouldn't look into that too much.
Good man. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. New Zealand are on their way, so we should be starting in the next 5 minutes.
Finish.
Thanks very much for your time, Josh.
Thanks. Cheers, guys.
Happy birthday, Josh.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers.